This is a lecture from OpenTuition.
Question 2. Quite separate parts in this. Prepare a report, so you need to put in report format. To, from, about, date, introductory paragraph. For the CFO, which evaluates pluses and minuses, good and bad, positives and negatives, the extent to which the external environment could impact on BCO's strategic objectives. And there's been a little introduction to this, saying that the three strategic objectives which they have, and we need to understand how the external environment will impact on those. And the strategic objectives we see are ensuring that 100 threatened species are returned to their natural habitat, invest in 100 wildlife habitats, and ensure 1 million people are better connected with nature through education and awareness. And it's important that, I imagine we would use PASTEL as the model or list framework: political, economic, social, technological, environmental impact or ecological impact, and legal impact. We'd use that model to go through the various environmental effects. But it's going to be important that we don't just go through these in a kind of detached way. It specifically asks us here, prepare a report evaluating the extent to which environmental influences could impact on our strategic objectives. So we must tie it back to this specific case. So, very, very briefly, and I think maybe the answer is just maybe a little bit weak in tying back to all of these, but as long as we can manage to tie back each of the PASTEL items to at least one of the objectives, we're not doing too badly. So PASTEL, PESTEL 6, and we'll be looking at, I suppose, about 2.5 marks for each of these items if we're going to be getting to 15. So if we think of, first of all, political, how could we tie political back to some of these objectives? And the one way is perhaps to do with money, although that could come into economic, but it does tell us, buried in the scenario, that out of the income they get here from donation, grants and legacies, about 2 million comes from grants, which is presumably government grants. And politically, the government will be interested in, I suppose, justifying this sort of expenditure to its voters. And if the government suddenly made a policy decision, then of course this could greatly impact on our income. Another way where politics could come in is that one of our objectives, let me find it again here, is returning here, or rather investing in 100 wildlife habitat projects across the world through providing training and education for local staff, volunteers and communities. Well, what happens if these habitat projects are abandoned by the government in that country? They say, we don't want this land for animals, we want to plant palm oil trees or something of that sort. Then that could greatly interfere with that strategic objective. The third one here, another one, ensure that 100 threatened species are protected and returned to their natural habitat. Well, maybe not everyone wants them returned to their natural habitat. There is some controversy, say in Europe, about returning animals which have not lived in a particular place for some hundreds of years, like wolves and bears. It's all very nice introducing wolves and bears into the Pyrenees or a mountain range. But what happens, the income of sheep farmers or goat farmers, or are people going to be frightened of being attacked by these animals? And there could be a political aspect to that. Anyway, the answer doesn't matter. All we're doing here is saying political factors, here's how it could impact on these strategic objectives. Economic, dead easy. Economic's always easy. It's really to do with money. In bad economic times, the government will spend less, companies will spend less on charities, people will spend less on charities, and will not visit parks and so on as readily. Their discretionary income is less. Social, at the moment, I think many people are quite interested in the social aspects of looking after the environment, if I put it like that, looking after wild animals. It is a popular popular type of projects to be following. Now, how much of that is fashion? Could it ever actually go out of fashion again? Does it differ in different countries? Some countries have got a very high regard for wildlife. Other countries maybe see it as a bit of a nuisance that we're having to share our land, and we have an expanding population. We have to share our land with these animals. I would rather just get rid of the animals. But there is something you can make out of social. I'm not saying you agree with it. That's not the important thing. It is whether you could perceive anything that could affect the attainment of some of these objectives. Technological, it could be, for example, if technological advance means less pollution, that could be good. That could enhance the areas that could be used. It could safeguard some of these animals because they are not being subject to poisoning by pollution, or being wrapped in fishing nets or something of that sort. Technological also, of course, is very powerful in terms of getting our message across and in fundraising. And in fact, there's a separate question here, really a B, really majoring on the potential technological advantages of using social media, electronic marketing, database technology, maybe setting up webcams even to look at wildlife, kind of spying on it, if you like, whenever you like. Ecological is a hard one here because the whole charity is to do with ecology and looking after wildlife and so on. It's almost getting. I wouldn't say very much about it, but I think people are becoming more concerned about ecology. They realise that a bad habitat for animals is probably a bad habitat for them and their families as well. We could try and tie it back a little bit to some of these strategic objectives. And then we have legal. There is a bit of a hint in the exhibits about some charities being too aggressive in trying to collect money, and that those methods could be outlawed. There could be increased laws about maybe how easy it is to set up wildlife reserves. There could be changes in law dealing with the charitable nature and, in a way, tax position of this charity in some countries and so on. You should be able to, think of some reasons why a change in law might possibly impact on one or other of these strategic objectives, but it has to be tied back. It must be tied back to what those are. Present 3 presentation slides with accompanying notes which recommend and justify 3 applications for information technology that they could use to enhance its business capabilities. And the 3 methods, some of them are hinted at just a little bit. There is a social media presence, so Facebook pages, Twitter, and so on. Sending out regular messages on Twitter, for example, raises people's consciousness about the presence of this charity, and of course that will then enhance its e-business capabilities. There is e-marketing. We know that the charity is quite successful in its park shops, and why could it not sell stuff online, basically? There's plenty of very attractive kind of photographs, toys, bird food, etc., 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 which people would be very happy to buy online. They don't need to see it. It make kind of very good presents for children and indeed adults alike. And then I would suggest we could also have training and education. You are watching essentially education, which is on IT, and you can have YouTube pages which shows the habitats of animals, shows how we manage to introduce those animals back into the wild and so on. Could show how sometimes the environment of the wild animal has been adversely affected, how we're trying to change that, and this could enhance our donations. And then IT could also be used to make sure we've got up-to-date databases on people who have expressed an interest. If people come to our web page and visit it, then we send a cookie to their machine, and when they go online again, up comes a little advert saying, have you thought about donating to this charity or joining this charity, and so on. This is standard kind of e-marketing use of database type technology, and just applying the sort of things that other companies and charities do. Even something like Amazon, in a way, can keep track of your interests and send you emails when maybe a new product is available. Can be turned a little bit to be used in this charitable environment.